Hello, and a very good morning to everyone, and welcome to another edition of Becoming More Against All Odds. My name is Mewaka Nemeboka, and I'm making this podcast from Port Harcourt in the River State of Nigeria. Now, before I introduce our guest for today's podcast, I would like to thank all our viewers who have watched us, liked us, those who have subscribed to our channel on YouTube. I'm very grateful and delighted. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Looking at our guest for today, I wonder where she got the confidence, the guts to damn all the societal, the attitudes of society towards physically challenged people, and how she has gone after her dreams to become more. We're going to talk to Barrister Afyong, who has gone through law school and is a successful lawyer, who was born with cerebral palsy. And cerebral palsy is a congenital disorder that affects the muscle tone, the posture. It's a condition that affects the movement of those who are affected. This condition is due to abnormal brain development, as the baby is forming in the womb or during birth. Afi is thriving. She is thriving as a lawyer in a third world country, Nigeria, where we don't have adequate medical facilities. She is thriving in a place where most of the disabilities that come along attempt to be punishment from angry gods or activities of witches. We're going to hear her story. What are the factors that are helping her to thrive? Let us hear her story. Welcome, Afi.
Thank you, Ma, for having me.
You're welcome again. How would you like us to introduce you? Introduce yourself to us.
I am Eneobong Afyong. I'm a lawyer, author, publisher, and an entrepreneur.
Whoa, publisher and entrepreneur. When was it that your condition was diagnosed?
It was diagnosed at birth.
At birth?
Yes.
Wow, where was that?
In Holland.
Far away Holland?
Yes, Ma.
How did your parents take it?
Yeah, they took it in good faith. I'm blessed to have good parents who were always there for me at every point. They were present in every sense of the word. They were always there. They gave their best to make sure I had everything I could have, and still give their best to make sure I have what I have to do, what I can do.
Now, but has it affected your own dreams? Knowing that you live with a condition of cerebral palsy, how has it affected your dreams?
I've never let it affect my dreams. I
Okay.
may be down emotionally. I may not feel it sometimes, but I've never let it affect my dreams. I've always kept a positive mindset. I've always prayed and believed I could be more. And that's where I am. And I keep getting better.
That's good to hear that you have the support of your family, your parents,
Yes, ma'am.
and you have that enabling environment to make you thrive.
Yes.
Because I know parents who get rid of kids that are abnormal.
Yes.
Because especially in this part of the world, we think that that could be a curse.
Yes.
And then they throw them away. Sometimes they take them, if they are lucky, to foster homes and let other people bring them up, maybe the government. So you must be really lucky to have parents that support you.
Yes. I have parents who are present in every sense of the word. And very supportive, and they give their best to make sure I get what I want and do what I can do to the glory of God.
Okay, so you're talking about your parents, you're talking about God. These are your support systems.
Yes.
And maybe good friends
Yes.
that help along the way. Now, what are the challenges you've come across, especially in becoming a lawyer? You chose to be a lawyer. Can you
Yes.
tell us why?
I chose to be a lawyer to reform the legal system. I found out there were lapses, and I always believed that you could give hope to the common man. So I always um, made sure that things were put in place for me to work on my dreams, to be better, and to become a legal practitioner.
Whoa, that's good. So, what are the challenges you're facing in trying to achieve that?
Okay, the basic challenge is accessibility. Accessibility has been an issue in terms of infrastructure. You realize that infrastructures are not adequate, and where there is, or where there are, they are not conducive enough for you to go about your daily activities, to just make life easier. You just find out that you need to go to a place, and then because of how the structure is, you can't navigate that particular environment. It's not enabling enough for you to have access to it. I've had a situation where I needed to go to a court premises and I couldn't go. At some point, they had to use touchlight phones to be able to navigate the hallway, and it wasn't conducive enough. I had to go there for a couple of weeks, and after that, I fell ill because I
Wow.
couldn't maneuver.
Mm,
I eventually I had the training for 6 weeks,
mm.
and because I had to go there, I was determined to go there. I went for the whole 6 weeks, but I couldn't. But eventually, I fell ill because of how people had to support,
Traumatic.
lift the chair,
Mm.
and make sure that I had to be there. But I knew I had to be there, but it wasn't a friendly environment at all. But I had to do what I had to do at that time to become better and do what I could do.
Okay, so that's telling us that the government has to have
Structures
structures
in
in
place.
place to make
Yes.
sure that you have the kind of infrastructure that is needed to enable you perform
Yes, ma.
optimally.
Yes, ma. And it's not just for people who use wheelchairs. People who are visually impaired, people who are
Yeah,
um, hearing
yeah,
impaired,
hearing
people who
impaired
are maybe they have one medical condition or
or
the
the
other. We
other.
all need to thrive and make the whole world an inclusive place for people to live in and live their best lives.
Yeah.
So once that can't be achieved, it becomes an issue. And then you find out that we can't grow, we can't be better because we're not recognized, our needs are not met.
Whoa, that is
Yes.
huge. This, especially in this part of the world, the third world. When you go abroad, when you go to, you know, the advanced countries, you find that everywhere is accessible.
Yeah, the living condition is
It's
better.
better,
It's not
you
it's
know.
not like here in Africa or most parts of.
Mm.
It's not an issue of making do with what you have over there.
Mm-hmm.
It's an entirely different ball
Enabling,
game,
yes.
and there's an enabling environment for people to
Enabling,
thrive and be
yes.
better and contribute to the society. But that's not the way it is here, and
That's
it's
not how it
it's
is
quite
here.
sad. It's quite
Very
unfortunate.
sad. And we have to start from our homes,
Yes,
making our homes
it's
conducive
a,
for
for
the
people with special needs to
special
live in
needs, to be able to access
rest
our
homes.
homes,
Yes,
our churches,
yes,
our public places,
places. You
rest,
go to public places in Nigeria and you find out that there are no ramps,
no
there are
ramps.
no accessible doors for
Mm.
people
So
to get in,
yeah, you
and then it just
had to
becomes an
break down
issue.
doors.
You have to pull doors, you have
Yeah.
to get people to support, or
Mm.
you have to just make it enabling enough for them to get in.
That's very key.
Yeah.
That is so important. Now, haven't seen you went to law school.
Yes, ma.
So, were there any particular challenges? Were there anything that discouraged you? And did you ever think of giving up at some point?
Um, Not really, because the only issue I had was like I always have facility. So what they do is make the hostel reservation on the ground floor for me, so that I
Okay.
don't have to
But there are lifts
no,
if you need to access the other
there's no
floors.
lift. There's no lift. I had to make a room reservation on the ground floor so that I could stay there. and then do what I had to do there.
Okay. And you've never ever thought of giving up at any venture that you
I've never
started?
thought of I could be low, I could feel low, but at some point I know that this is what I need to achieve, and God is always there. So that has been my source of support, and God has been my source of strength.
Good.
I've always known that He can always come through, and He has always come through
And he
for me.
has been there
Yeah.
and helping you, because we know that God is not going to, and through people, I
Yes,
guess.
people.
Yeah.
I have three keywords I use:
Mm-hmm.
people, prayer, and perseverance. With prayer as the important point.
Yeah.
I always pray and God brings people. And because I have the spirit of resilience, I've always known that I can do whatever
All
I set my mind
things.
to do.
Yeah.
So that's how I've been thriving, and I keep thriving.
And then the perseverance aspect.
Yeah, I know that I don't have to give up at any point. And even when I feel like giving up, I know that I have all the support I can get. God is always there,
Mm.
and He'll always be there. Send people to help at every.
Okay. Now you're a lawyer, established,
Yes,
and you work as a lawyer.
yes,
And then you're a writer, you are an author.
yes.
What are the books you've written? Can we
The first one is a collection of poems.
poems?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it gives you an introspect of what life should be.
Mm.
Basically, it's about the challenges most people face and how they can deal with life in spite of all the challenges they have. So it was just a collection put together to make people know that whatever they face, they can always get through with it. They can pull through life and become better.
That is a collection of poems.
Yes,
Then what about the others?
the second one is After the Storm. It's a non-fiction book
Mm.
that talks about family love and how to take care of people with special needs,
Wow.
particularly people with cerebral palsy, dyslexia, and all other forms of disability. How
Okay.
to take care of them, how to support them. Family love is important. In that book, I emphasize the importance of family love. Family love cannot be overemphasized. Once you have the right people in your family, you can always be better, you can always strive to be better.
And that book is called
After
After
the
the
Storm.
Storm.
Yeah.
It brings to mind a book Ruth Graham wrote. Ruth
Bi-
was the wife of Billy
Billy Graham.
Graham, and she said that the home, you're talking about home support,
Yeah.
your family support, that the home is where you come to from the storm.
Yeah.
From the storm, you come to the home. So these are some of the books.
Yes.
And the
This.
magazine. How
Yeah.
frequently is a magazine published?
The magazine is published annually. It's
So
published annually.
every year we have a new edition.
Yes. And
Okay.
we've worked on 4 editions since
Whoa,
2020.
already?
Yes.
Yeah, four.
Yeah,
That's
four.
nice. Where can they get them from?
We're currently working on a magazine website, and then
Mhm.
we have a personal website which will be available soon.
Thank you so much. Now, you must have a fans club. Apart from your parents, you talked about God, who is your super fan, encouraging you, supporting you, bringing people your way.
Yes.
You must have other people too.
Yeah, I have people. I have a couple of people who are numerous to mention.
Mhm.
I have a lot of them in different parts of the world who believe, who are willing to support, and who believe I can be better at every point.
That you can still be more.
Yeah, I can be more
You can do
at
more
every point.
at every point. That's very nice to know. So, are there still dreams in your heart that you want to birth? Do you
Yeah,
still have some things that you want to
yeah. I'm
do?
currently working on my fourth book.
Okay.
It's a book that teaches children how to treat other children
With
with
respect.
disability, knowing that everybody is different, and in spite of being different, you can be whoever you want to be, teaching people to treat you with dignity and respect. So whoever you want to be, no matter what the condition is, you can be better, and you don't just treat people with um dejection or rejection.
whatever you need to be, you can always be whoever you choose to be.
Yeah, and then it's quite humbling because today you might be walking around doing some, you're macho, you're good to go, you don't have any disorder. Tomorrow, never know, accidents happen.
Yes.
Old age sometimes affects limbs.
Yeah.
So and your eyes, your hearing. So I don't see what premise, what would be the ground
Yeah.
for anybody to look down on another human being. You don't have that kind of rights.
Some people don't understand this. This is something that people don't understand. Treat every human being with dignity and respect.
Respect.
And if you can't, I don't know what else you can do if you can't treat people right. Because you have to treat people right to be able to thrive and get to any level of attainment you need to get to. So you have to learn to treat people right, no matter what the situation is, no matter what level of achievement you've gotten. I think you should learn to treat people right, and that's why I've writing the book that teaches children how to treat other children. You don't just, you know, the right terms to use, you know the right approach to meeting such people. You don't just meet them on the way, look at them with rejection, or use some kind of words you're not supposed to use,
Yeah.
because that person has this particular medical condition. Treat people right, learn to treat people with dignity and respect.
Okay. Apart from this book that is coming, you talked about a community.
Yes.
Yeah, what's that about?
The community is going to have people share their stories, talk about different experiences they've been through and how they've been able to overcome and get to different levels of life they've gotten to. So it's going to be an enclosed community where people can share their stories, because we have to have consent about, because some people are private and they don't want to share the stories. So the community, in that community, we get to share stories, and if you're comfortable with us sharing it with others, we'll be able to share it to make people know that they can be better. They can achieve what they need to achieve despite their medical condition, and just enlighten people, give people proper solutions to these
Whatever they may be
issues. Yeah,
facing.
whatever you may be facing, you just know that you have someone facing that kind
That
of
same
condition, and then
yes.
know how to go about it. The whole idea is to spread the idea of love, hope, and then spread light to the world.
Yeah, but how do you intend to do that? Advocacy?
Yeah, there'll be room for advocacy, where we get to maybe once a month or twice a month we could go out to organize campaigns and let people know that this is what we do, this is what we stand for, and eventually, God willing, we could have an NGO.
That is the goal.
Yes, that is the goal.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So much.
You're welcome.
For your time. I'm grateful for spending this time with us.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate you a lot. And we wish that all your dreams will come true.
Amen.
Everything you lay your hands to do, let the Lord enlarge.
Amen.
God that has been there with you, that has been your sole support, let him help by bringing these things together. You know, in it all, I want to say that God writes our stories. He knew from the beginning that what was going to come. Your condition it wasn't by surprise. He wasn't unaware of it.
Yes.
But he's writing a story out of it all. And that is why we share these stories with the world, to tell people that there are people living with this kind of condition and they are thriving, doing well. And with the support of their families, they can be more and become whatever they want to be.
Yes.
You know, there is no limitation at all.
Yeah.
We know of several people who are physically challenged that are at the top of their careers.
Yeah.
You know, so thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you for having me.
And being so vulnerable. We appreciate you. God bless you.
Amen. Thank you.
I want to thank everyone for viewing this podcast and listening to us, for your time, your patience. And I hope that we have learned one or two things from the story of Affion, Priest Affion. And I pray that as we go through life, through the numerous challenges we may have, that we will know that we need one another. We would know that our families, our friends, our circle of friends, and everyone we meet will be very crucial to fulfilling our destinies. So thank you so much for being with us. And until the next time, please subscribe, like us, and be a part of this community. Bye-bye. God bless you.